So I tried to look at a few tutorials for you, but it seems like they went through them really fast, so I'll just show you some of the basic things. Sorry, my computer's really loud, so you might not be able to hear me because it's like gonna explode because I have Photoshop on, but we'll see how it goes. So when you start out, you can just do File, New, and then you can pick whatever size you want to make it. Just make sure that, let's see, where is it? Oh, the resolution, I would probably make about 200 at least. And then you can make it whatever size. So this is just 5 by 7. So you click OK. And it's really slow. So that's how you start. And this tool up here is just the move tool. And I'm just clicking up in the bar on the left side. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how to highlight it. So the very top tool right here is the move tool. The next one is the rectangular marquee. So you can just make your rectangles here. And I just right clicked on that, and that has other shapes too, like elliptical and things like that. And if you want to get rid of this, you can just go to select up at the top and hit deselect, and that'll get rid of it. But you can also use it, open it up like this, and you can go up to the top left here, hit edit and fill, and you can pick a color. It says foreground color. Your foreground color is black, so I just hit OK here. And I knew that because down at the bottom of that bar we were looking at right here, this has your colors, black and white. And so you can double click on that and change it to any color just by clicking on this. And just hit OK. So if you want to fill that again, just you can change it like that. So that's that. You can also go back. This up here at the very top, I'm clicking on Window. I'm going down to History. This will show you everything that you've done. That box just popped up in the top right. And so you can go back to any action that you've done and change it. You can go back to the beginning if you want. Another thing that's really cool about Photoshop, let me just go back to our little rectangle, is you can change the layers. And so I'm just going to the top here, File, Layer, Duplicate Layer, Background Copy. So you have your background copy. And you can color on there or do whatever. I'm just using the paint brush. It's right here. So you can do whatever on your background copy. Then if you go over here, this clicks hide. So it'll hide what you just did. If you go onto your, I colored that earlier and I deleted it, so I'm sorry. I'll go back on the background and erase that. So I'm going to my erase tool. And you can make your eraser bigger or smaller. You just use the brackets next to the letter P. The left one makes it smaller, the right one makes it bigger. So I'm just going in there and erasing what I did. but your background copy you can hide it or bring it back up. And the reason why the different layers are cool is you can do things that you want to on top of it, like change the color or whatever, but then if you change your mind, you can just get rid of that layer. So you can do all kinds of different things with that layer. I'm trying to think of what you can do with paint. You can do a lot of cool things with pictures, but I don't know what you could do with paint. Anyway, you'll want to use your different layers. Another way to add layers rather than just doing layer, duplicate layer, is down here in the bottom right. You click on this, and you can do a different layer, like with a color balance layer, a brightness and contrast layer, different things like that. Hue and saturation, that might be cool. Let's try that so I can just show you. So that'll like change the color of your box, the hue, and the saturation also makes it brighter or whatever. And then you can change the lightness and just hit OK. And then you see right here it created a new layer, so if you want to get rid of that, you can just hide it, or you can pull it down into the delete. And you can also go up here and change your opacity, so you can make that lighter or darker. So that's how to do a different layer with the hue and saturation. Okay, so I lost track. Okay, so up here is the lasso tool. And it's kind of the same thing of selecting, but it's like freehand. So you can like do that. You can use your move tool and you can take it out. Or you can copy it. You can right click and put it back. Oh, I'm on the hue and saturation. Go to your background. Let me put it back. Whatever. This is like the worst tutorial of my life, but I'm not starting over. Anyway, so that's the lasso tool. You can move it, or you can do whatever you want with that. The next is the magic wand, and this is cool because if you pull up a design or something, it'll select the whole color. Let me pull up an image. If you want to pull up an image, you can do File, Open. I guess this is just the last thing that was open, so we'll click on a picture of this. I work better with pictures anyway. So I'm just gonna move this into our screen here. It's really big, so I can select the whole image and do Control T. And that selects the whole layer. Control T. Just then I hit Shift and hold that down to size it. It's just a really big picture. So there's a little picture. Sit down. I'll show you what the magic wand tool does. So like if I click on the magic wand tool and I just want this color, then it selects that whole part. So that way you can like color that in. If you find a shape online or something you want to copy, you can just select the whole color. And then again you can right click and do layer via copy. So you can do that. And what that does, then I just use my move tool and you can move that anywhere. So that's the magic wand tool. Go back. Alright, healing you probably won't need with drawings. Brush tool. I think I know what you meant with it looking soft like a pencil. So that just kind of looks like spray paint. You can also make this thinner using those brackets I told you about. The one on the left makes it smaller, the one on the right makes it bigger. And you can color with that. I'm going to the right here to my navigator, and this makes it zoom in closer. So that way you can do your small lines. But I see what you mean, how that just looks really like spray paint kind of. So if you just go up here, if you go into the brush, it's on the very softest brush. So if I take my hardness level up to 100%, that'll make it solid. So if I do like my small lines, if I want to trace, I can just do that. So it won't look like soft pencil anymore. So there's that. I'm going to zoom out with my navigator. I can just pull it all the way out. That's your brush tool. And what else? I already showed you the eraser. That can just erase things. Gradient. What else will you use? Your pen tool. I showed you the tutorial on that, so that's kind of cool. That's probably what you'll use a lot of. Oh, another thing that you're going to need, that you were talking about, is the ruler. I just hit Control R to pull it up. Yours might already be up. But I just click on the cursor on the very top where the ruler is. I'm by the number 4 right now. And just pull down. And say I want to do like a 1 inch by 1 inch or something. So I just pull down and that'll give you your guide mark. And then same thing on the left side, I click on it and pull over. There's a 1 inch by 1 inch. Say I want to do a squares or something. So I just take it from the side again. Anyway, you can make grids and things like that with this. And that way you can gauge your sizes of things. And you can color and do all the things that you want to do with your grid. And then you can, say you want to do that and fill it in or something. Then I just use my tool up here at the very top. And then you can just do edit, fill, foreground color. And that'll make another square. If you want to get rid of the outline, you just do select, deselect. Anyway, so when you're done using the grids, you can just go up to the top bar and you do view and then clear guides, and I'll get rid of them. So I think that's all I was going to show you. Sorry it's terrible, but I think it maybe answered some of your questions. So there you go.